Matt, if there are fights coming up from Fight Island that are way too far under the radar, it's this one between a recognizable name that you haven't seen in a while in Abdul Razak Alhassan and Mounir Lazzez, who is making his UFC debut, a guy that trains out of a good gym in Team Nogueira, Dubai, one that you might not hear of all that often. 9-1 record, a nickname of the sniper, and he knocks people out easily. His big win that was really telling for me was at UAE Warriors 8 against Sasha Palatnikov. And that's a guy that I've been following a lot, a guy that'll be billed out of Hong Kong. He trains in the States. Huge first round knockout win there. Just knockout after knockout after knockout. He's won a decision against Christoph Van Dyke back in 2017. And he lost a decision to Eldar Eldarov, which, okay, it is what it is. But that's a good fighter over on the Brave scene. And I know a lot of people sleep on Brave, but there's some good talent. We've seen Otman Azaitar is one of those guys that'll be coming up shortly that you'll get to see out of Morocco. There are some good guys coming from that promotion. This is another one of those guys in Mounir Lazzez, a guy that's really been able to do it on the regional scene, a guy that I know if you look around, you might not have a hard time finding, well, how tall is he? What's his reach? How old is he? Because a lot of sites don't have it. He's into his 30s, so he's not a young guy at 9-1, but in terms of competition, still young, knocking guys down, and it's not just the old binary or we're not stuck in the matrix with the ones and zeros. He's taken on some good competition. But I got to say this, Matt. Abdul Razak Alhassan, I know he's been away for a while, and we kind of all know the elephant in the room as to why he's been away. But if we just take his performances so far inside of the Octagon, holy smokes, this guy is something to behold.
If you plan on striking with Abdul Razak Alhassan, you're probably going to sleep. And it's as simple as that. He's one of the more explosive guys in that division, really regardless of any division. He fights like a slightly smaller Paulo Costa, big guy for the division, can just sort of recklessly move forward. But here's the thing. His technique is really, really good.
This is the thing, and I didn't say it, I buried it. So everybody's high on Jeff Neal right now. Who do you think Jeff Neal trains with at Fortis? Abdul Razak Alhassan. It's almost like 1A, 1B, and they fight so similarly. But Alhassan sometimes can just throw caution to the wind and throw absolute power, where Jeff Neal's a little bit more reserved and tactical. I like that out of Judo Thunder Alhassan. And if you want to see some exciting fights, go watch him fight Sabah Homasi not once but twice.
Oh, yeah, really watch him fight anyone. The Nico Price one's a big one, too, and that one just keeps on looking better and better. I know Price lost to Luque, but he had a fairly competitive fight with Luque up until that point. So if you're able to knock out guys fast or having competitive fights with ranked opponents, then you're definitely doing something right. I think everything is in Abdul Razak Alhassan's favor in this fight, and hopefully we'll be able to see more activity out of him. I doubt what happened to him is going to happen again, but hopefully we're just able to see him fight up the ranks at some point. I'd really like to see him against Santiago Ponzinibbio, a guy who hasn't been in the cage for a little while, who has a big name attached to him, and I think that'd be a very exciting fight. So, yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, though.
I mean, Mounir Lazzez, let's not take anything away from him because I think he's going to have a good future in the UFC. I just think this is way too
It's a tough first fight.
UFC debut. And I get it. Like, they do this every now and again. They'll take a guy that's been off for a long time and put him up against an up-and-comer, and let's just see what happens. We've got this on a couple of these different cards. This is one of those instances. It's just, it jumps off the page and surprises me because you look at Abdul Razak Alhassan, 7-0 start to his career, every win a finish in the first round before the 2-minute mark. Then he loses a split decision to Omari Akhmedov, who's ranked right now. Then he beats Homasi twice. He beat him the first time. I don't think it was a bad stoppage against Homasi. Knocks him out again. And then he goes in there and knocks out Nico Price in the first round. So this guy has wild power. He's not that reserved, a little bit unhinged. He'll throw caution to the wind because he gets kind of happy with the power. But you can do that when you have that kind of power. So,
exactly.
Yeah, I see it the way of Abdul Razak Alhassan. He's a heavy favorite here. Opened as a 2-1 favorite, sitting closer to a 3-1 favorite and continues to trend that way. And if we look over on Tapology for fun, out of 386 votes, 94% going with Alhassan, 89% predicting him to get the knockout. I totally agree here with everybody, odds makers, fans, my brain. I'm in total agreement here. You are as well?
Yeah, I think the guy who's probably going to be ranked sooner rather than later is going to be the guy in his UFC debut.
All right, Matt, we're really looking forward to the card. You're not going to want to miss an extended look at our main event between two tough outs and Calvin Kattar and Dynamite, but now 50K. But is he Dynamite? Dan Ige. So keep it locked in with Fight Night Picks, Matt. And as we always say, let's get into it.